Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NDA podcast. This is episode probably like 47,473, around about there. Joining with me today is Kevin, and thank God we have Wex back. How are you guys doing today?
Dylan, dude, happy to have Wex back. Holy crap, who would have thought?
Dude, I thought he was goner.
Good to be back.
I thought he was goner.
I mean, I was gone for a while, so I mean, I'm not busy today, so got
For
that.
once.
Thankfully. So for today on the podcast, we're going to go over the recent draft that we just had. It got done pretty quickly. I mean, we got it done within the weekend almost.
Yeah, it was actually not too bad. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse, but
Yeah, it was slow to start off.
We're gonna
yeah,
go
the three
over-
of us didn't really help it speed it up. But
We'll ignore that. Time zone difference, for sure. We're also going to talk about the matchups for week 1, as well as going into the rules for Series 10 that we will be playing, which means no Dynamax, which is unfortunate for me because that means I'm going to lose. That is what I've decided, and I don't think there's any way I can circumvent that, so I've just accepted my fate at getting maybe 7th.
maybe 7.
Yeah,
I'll take 7.
I'll be generous. Listen, all I need is a place in, and then I have a chance in playoffs. Yeah. Anyway, Series 10 rules. I think we should start there, and then
I mean,
make more sense.
it's Series 10 rules, sort of, because we, as a league, voted to not have restricteds. After playing a whole season with restricteds, I don't know, we just wanted a break, which I think is kind of weird, because we normally don't get to play with restricteds, and then the time we get to, we just take it.
Didn't want to break.
Yeah,
I think I was the only person who voted for restricteds.
you and Quartz, because Quartz
Yeah.
doesn't like rule changes to anything. God forbid. Sorry, Quartz.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I thought it'd be like refreshing, but now that I think about it, I think it'd be fun again with restricteds. I mean, might as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Just decided to go with without the restricteds. Like, who needs them? Have fun with mods that maybe don't get as much love. So that was what we decided. I think it'll be good. I think we have some cool teams to show you guys. Really excited, especially our teams personally. I mean, last time I hated my draft with the restricteds, and it turned out to be pretty good in the end. So I don't know about how you guys felt about last draft and how it translated, but
I love my draft.
I
want to go
thought
back.
my C tiers were lackluster, but this time I feel more confident. But I think maybe 1 or 2 transactions, probably within A or I think my top 2 I'm gonna keep, but A, B, and C. I mean, that's fluid. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it went so far. I think we should probably get into some of these teams.
Yeah, let's get it.
I mean, yeah, we should start from the top left, work our way to the right.
Oh, we're starting top left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh boy. I heard that team's pretty good, that team
I
in
heard
the
that's
top left.
pretty shit, honestly.
Just filler. This guy's just filler.
Yeah, it was just.
He's just a bot.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, terrain control, sure. Tailwind setter with prankster, sure.
We got the South Jersey Swoo Gods. I think I'm gonna rename my team the Swoo Gods just because it's kind of fitting. Fitting. It's fitting.
Don't make me vomit. I just ate.
It's kind of fitting though. I mean,
what's it fitting? A dick in
it's
your
just
mouth?
because no.
It's alright, I guess.
This is, of course, my team. Very happy with my draft. We landed some pretty good mons, good synergies. My first 2 picks were the Rillaboom and Arcanine. I thought that was pretty good together. Started the fire, water, grass core. Added Clawitzer to that, which I like with the terrain pulse shenanigans with Rillaboom. Really cool there. Also grabbed Tornadus in S tier. Really good flying type. Covers certain weaknesses. Gets really good Prankster support and offensive support, honestly, as well. Can run Prankster or Defiant. One of those Intimidate mons. I want to intimidate Rillaboom and Arcanine. Naganadel, or Naganadel, as I like to say. He's just a great coverage option for my team. He's gonna do probably the most damage, especially on my team as well. He just covers many typings that I needed. It's just really, really good support there. And then to end out my B tier, I got Togetic. Good redirection, bulky, much more bulky without Dynamax. I thought that was a very good pick for me in B tier. Made sure to get it early. Just redirection and doubles is so key, as we all know. And just without Dynamax and those max rock falls and then hailstorms, it's going to be a lot better. Fagrigus or Cofagrigus is my B tier Trick Room option. Also got Regice for the bulk. Special bulk right there is going to be nice. And I had fun with my C tier. I got 2 Unburdened Mons, Rillaboom, Hitmonlee and Slurpuff. Both do different things with Unburdened, so they'll be fun to play around with in certain matchups. And Dugtrio was more of just like a fast typing coverage. I didn't have a Steel type or a Ground type yet, so. And he also gets like beat up shenanigans. I mean, I'm kind of giving away some tech, but it's kind of fairly obvious. He gets beat up. He gets beat up with Arcanine's Justified, which could be cool in certain matchups. Stuff like that. So I think I'm pretty happy with my team. I don't know if you guys want to add anything that you see.
Yeah,
here.
I mean, I'll say one thing. I mean, when I look at your top 4, I'm seeing a pretty big ice weakness.
Top 5.
Top 5, yeah, with Togetic as well. So anyone who wants to run Blizzard spam,
This is the season. Do it against the creator.
guys, if you guys, it should be a commercial. Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with Blizzard spam death? Well, we have just the cure for you. It's called reciprocity, where you do it back to them. It only costs you 2 picks. I mean,
Yeah, and a Abomasnow and an Arctozolt.
Yeah, fact.
It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Only problem is, it could be Arcanine in the face, but I mean, yeah, I mean that's the only thing I can see. Also, having grassy terrain for what seems to be a slight ground weakness with Arcanine and Naganadel, both being super effectively weak to it and being super high up on your tier list. Not the best, but paired with the grassy terrain, it does mitigate that a tremendous amount.
I have 2 resist. I have 2 immunities as well. I got a couple resists. Yeah, we're vibing. I got some stuff to cover my weaknesses. Don't you worry.
Do you have a psychic resist on this team?
A psychic resist? Oh, I don't know. What resist? Steel resist psychic, right? I got Dugtrio.
Oh, you got Dugtrio. Okay, yeah, fair. I was just
but I mean,
looking to see what.
Like if it's psychic, it's most likely special. Dugtrio special defense.
Kofa should deal with it as well.
Yeah. Regice is a special wall. And DD's psychic expanding force will be. It's always somewhat of an issue, and I think any team will have to deal with it in their own way. So
the battle of the speed tie.
Yeah, that's true. We'll probably min speed Rillabooms that week versus min speed and DDs. That'll be interesting.
Everywhere.
Probably, honestly.
Start switching.
Yeah, or switching. Yeah, the turn control will be quite interesting. But yeah, I like my team. Very, very happy with it. Unlike last time, so who knows what I'll do.
Point of advice. I would send out your slowest Mon, Cofagrigus, and then switch out into Rillaboom. That would guarantee Trick Room if he does that same thing. Because the slowest Mon switches out last. So therefore,
look at Justin! Wow, wow, Justin! I'm impressed.
Unless he runs Iron Ball, whatever. So
I'm impressed.
I'm just saying.
Look at
my boy shining. Look at him shining.
Stop it! I'm blushing. Let's stop it, guys.
For his slowest Mon, well, the one team that has NDD that we will get to shortly, his slowest Mon is 60. So
no, his slowest Mon is
35. I didn't even see. Damn it.
Okay.
Well, we can simply transition now after my stupidity into that team to the San Diego Raichus in our Season 4 champion and commissioner Ryder. If one of you guys want to go through it. Actually, I'll go through it. You guys are coming up next.
We're coming up.
We got Spectrier. Fast, lethal weapon. The Indeedee to pair with it, the Indeedee female. Grab Sylveon and Salamence, so good fairy dragon right there in A tier.
Yeah.
To finish this dragon fairy steel core, he got Togedemaru, makes a return to this team, just to pain us all again. Grabbed Gallade, which was interesting. Passimian is a good pick. I shall talk about that a little later. A Selgor fits this team quite well. And then he grabbed the same C tiers he used in the offseason.
Yeah.
Toxapex, Vullaby, and Skuntank. And he has a lot of status moves on this team, like Nuzzle, and Selgor is 145 base speed with Toxic Spikes. Toxapex is a great Toxic Mon, obviously. A lot of status is there. And a cool tech that Ryder has now with the Passimian is if he leads Toxapex and gets like a lot of like poison, like sets spikes, a lot of like poison damage into that into the opponent's team. Toxapex dies and Passimian has the ability Receiver. Therefore, once Toxapex dies and Passimian comes in, it gets the Merciless ability. Like, it gets the ability from the Mon that just died. So Passimian can run the crits with all the toxic stuff, which is actually really cool tech right there that Ryder has. Don't know if you guys
I don't like
that, but...
all right, well, now you just confirmed... Oops, someone did something. You just confirmed that... Oh, okay, someone did something else.
I have completely messed with the doc. Accidentally.
Just hit undo.
Just hit undo a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, what were you doing?
Just clicking around clicking shit. Ryder, we did nothing, okay? You're not hearing this.
This is bad.
Hit undo.
I'm gonna have to message Ryder because they won't undo anymore.
Oh my god. You can't have any nice things. Alright, well,
I'm just fidgeting, looking through his team, and I just messed up our beautiful doc. I apologize for everyone.
Let me try this.
But yeah, Ryder's got that Spectre with the Hex Sweep.
Yeah, that'll work.
NDA support. Sylveon as the resist to many typings and good fairy offense. It's got the Intimidate with Salamence. And just a bunch of other little techs. Nice little team. For sure. Ryder drafted well this time. Last time, I think he drafted kind of poorly and he adjusted well and ended up winning the league. So who knows how we're all going to do when Ryder actually drafts good. It's going to be scary.
Why must we suffer?
Literally. Hey Justin, if you finish 7th and Ryder has a good season, you might get to play him again in the...
I hate this. You can just stop right there. Kevin,
might get to play him again in the playoffs.
No, don't do that. Don't. Moving on.
Yeah.
We have
Lexi, go into that team, buddy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got my team next. 1 second. Let me just get it up. I had to do it to Justin, Snipers Women's Cup. Or pick 3.
Yeah, so wait, can I talk about that real quick?
Yeah.
So the draft order was randomized, and I had the 4th pick, and Justin had the 5th pick. And Justin won his pick'ems though, so did Wex and 2 other coaches. But so when you win pick'ems, you get it's like a perk you get by choosing the correct winners of the playoff matches. If you win your pick'ems, you get to change your spot in the draft. So Justin had first this decision, and we kept rushing him for his pick because he was holding everyone else up.
How does that work?
And dude tried to be an asshole and took my spot and just moved up 1. He was like, you know what, it's fine, just move up 1. Lex goes 3rd, and snipes the Whimsicott, rightfully so. It was fair, it needed to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have done it if Rooster hadn't picked Urshifu. I was planning on picking Urshifu 3rd. So it's like, it has a chance to fall. It's like, yeah, spoiler, whatever, but it has a chance to fall. If it doesn't fall, I can grab something like Whimsicott or, I don't know, like an Incineroar or whatever. But yeah, I grabbed Whimsicott. And after that, I didn't know what to do because everything that I wanted started slowly going. So I picked up Cobalion next. And Dracovish. Dracovish obviously doing well. Whimsicott, Tailwind, making the Fish's Friend even more powerful. Cobalion can do beat up strats. And then I end up going Mudsdale, Entei, Then down the line we got Mesper, Pikachu, Dusknoir, Morgrem, Walrein, and Pheasant. Originally I had Aggron, but I swapped them for Walrein during Grace Period. Aggron was literally a bit of a throw pick. I didn't really like it. But yeah, Entei, it's very physical at the top. Entei can run special set with Eruption, possibly Specs.
It's physical overall, buddy.
Sorry?
It's a very physical team in general.
Yeah, it is very physical. I know we have Mesper, Pikachu,
Unpheasant,
yeah. But like apart from that, I can run Entei as a special mon.
For sure.
But like with Scorching Sands, I think it's Shadow Ball for some reason. But more, it is a physical mon with like the Sacred Fire being probably its most used move. I guess. Guessing anyway. Mudsdale also benefits from a B up strats and stamina. But I do have Entei and Mudsdale both with Inner Focus, so Intimidate mightn't be the greatest against me. Mesprit negating the ground weakness that Cobalion and Entei have. A Pikachu to stop Dracovish getting T-Waves a lot. Dusknoir just is a slow mon, along with Mudsdale, so if Trick Room does go up, I have some options. Program again, Prankster being really good, how it gets Fake Out. Able to set up screens, trick, the things. Walrein just eating some ice moves, which Loki did well against my team. Like, originally was going to draft Ludicolo instead of Dusknoir, but then I would have had Dracovish and Ludicolo to just die to a freeze dry. Now I know Lapras didn't get picked up, spoilers, but I wanted Walrein just because Mao has done really well. I know that was with Max, so its values obviously depreciated a good bit. Unpheasant just seemed like decent fire or flying option in C tier. I just said, why not? I'll try it out. Overall, I like my team. There's a lot of things it can do. Mesprit's very versatile. As Kev found out in season 2?
Yeah, season 3. That's a champion right there.
Yeah. So
there's a couple champions on this team.
Yeah, we got some championship DNA in this team. Whimsicott.
Mesprit, Dusknoir,
yeah,
Morgrem. Champions in here.
Championship DNA. Just trying to, beat the Lakers out here. But overall, I like my team. There's a few coaches who have a very favorable matchup against me, and one of them who I think has a favorable matchup. I'm playing. I'll leave the scheduling, but we'll move on to him anyway, and that's Justin. So, do you want to talk about your team, Justin?
With pleasure. So unfortunately, as you know, for this season, we're not going to be able to Dynamax, which it sucks. I haven't played any other way, so this is going to be a big switch for me. I know for some people it's not, but for me it is. But yeah, so I decided to go Trick Room for this season, in a pretty big way.
Just a bit.
Yeah, just a lot of slow, but I make up for it with other mons. Like I have nothing in the middle for my speed tiers. It's either really fast or it's really slow, except for like Incineroar. So I've Incineroar, Dusclops.
But that's the good thing though, because he's your S tier. He's versatile. He'll work in either team. Exactly.
So I have Incineroar, Dusclops. I mean, obviously you know what those do. Trickology for the Dragon type, very good in Trick Room. Not the best, but obviously not the worst. Cane Growth, I mean, that gives me redirection. Caparajah, I mean, sheer force, super slow, great in Trick Room, no maxing to worry about. I mean, it just makes it, that much better. Yeah, it's pretty good. I have Inteleon, I can set up fast screens, Aerodactyl for the super fast Tailwind, Arctos Abomasnow, obviously you know that is very, very dangerous against the right team. Rapidash Galar for the fairy type coverage as well as speed. And then the Dene, I kind of didn't know what I was doing, so I just kind of relied on something that I'm familiar with because I used it in the off season and I know exactly what it does. So I like what it does and I like what it can offer as a support mon. So yeah, with that being said, I mean, I have some good options here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this team. I think it covers a lot of things. I have all my, or maybe not all, but like most of my cores pretty solid in my opinion. So I'm happy with the team. I'm happy how it looks. Maybe change up, maybe the Denny or Rapidash. But yeah, I don't know what you guys think, but I like my team.
Trick Room option is always scary, especially this Raja pick. I know we've talked about it like within the draft, but we haven't talked about it openly in the podcast, obviously. But this Raja pick is kind of dangerous. I don't think people realize in draft league format how good this thing's going to be, with its sheer force, damage in Trick Room, and its insane coverage and base 120 or 130 attack stat.
130, respect it.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of wild.
IHG.
And I do. Your speed tiers like your fast speed tiers do have some good options. Even the Slush Rush, Arctozolt, and Abomasnow is a good add. Even Arctozolt could be used in Trick Room without the Hail. That could be kind of cool too. So definitely a good synergy there. The only thing I think I've said this to you obviously, but I'll say it again here. The only thing I am worried about is you're only one Trick Room setter, but Dusclops is very taunt susceptible in draft league. So it is a bit worrying that you only have one only one Trick Room setter in draft league. But I think regardless, if you can get it off or work around it, it's gonna be hard to deal with for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and that's something I should probably look into. Trying to see if there's anything in like C tier that I can pick up that can set Trick Room. That'll be something I definitely like take a peek at before I get too deep into the season. And maybe it's a problem, maybe it's not. But I mean, regardless, people see my team, they're gonna want to take a taunt. They're gonna want to take imprison. They're gonna want to take something like that just to mitigate the chance of Trick Room. So it's like, if I know they're gonna do that, how can I respond with that? Well, you respond with that with something that can redirect, or you respond with that with something else. So
yeah,
I mean,
redirection will help. It's just very passive, but
your redirection can help.
Tangrowth and Dusclops can be very offensive as well with status moves, and Tangrowth gets decent. You can sleep and stall, so you can bring in offense, and Tangrowth gets some decent attacks too. So it could be cool.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I like the team, but like you said, I mean, it could use another Trick Room option, but I don't really see that being that huge.
Oh wait! You have Rapidash gets Trick Room actually. I'm tripping.
Oh,
I'm totally tripping. Rapidash does get Trick Room. It is fast, but it does get Trick Room.
I mean, that doesn't really matter a whole too much, but I mean, yeah, it could be. I could use a Rapidash lead as something that is able to set up Trick Room and then just switch something in. Like, that's always an option, but we'll see. But yeah, that's my team.
All right, and we can move on to our new coach this season, my good buddy Ryan, coach of the Raccoon City Zigzagoon. New to VGC, new to Draft League, and I think he's got a pretty decent team. Got some cool synergies, some cool mons in here. Man went fast offensive in S tier, grabbed the Dragapult and the Cinderace. And people were sleeping on Dragapult this season, I think, a bit. I know people talked about how in a non-max format, its offense is kind of suspect because its physical attacks aren't the best coverage-wise, and its special attack is only 100 compared to its physical attack, which is better. But I don't know, its speed and status options and support, along with Infiltrator, I think will be really good this season. Like we talked about a bit. I think the substitutes will be alive and well this season. People clicking subs, so Dragapult with Infiltrator will be really good for that. I think it still offers still a good S tier pick, and Cinderace obviously. Justin, you've had some success with Cinderace in the past seasons. It's just a fast, hard-hitting tank, man. It's dangerous. You gotta respect Cinderace at all times. It can start killing things, even in non-Dynamax formats.
I wanted it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great pick.
I was gonna pick it as my S tier, but Ryan took it, and I was like, fuck. So I had to settle for Dracovish.
Yeah,
it's a brilliant pick.
Yeah. Colossal and Bronzong gonna be interesting in A tier. Much slower. He does have Colossal and Dragapult. He could run the Surf stuff still, without Dynamax, which could be interesting. Bronzong and Runerigus are kind of similar. Obviously different typings, but I feel like they do similar things. Will be interesting to see how he works with both of them. Wex, didn't you draft both of them once?
Yeah, I drafted Bronzong, Rodriguez, I had Roserade last season, I had Spiritomb last season, I had Garbodor in season 1. So I mean,
Yeah.
I've used a lot of these mons. I use Baby Dragon, Baby Cole in the off season.
Yeah, that's kind of...
So it's a lot of mons that I've used, and Bronzong was a really good Trick Room setter, surprise Trick Room setter along with Kling Clang. The past I've used Rune, I never really liked that much. Never really got much use. Roserade was good. It wasn't brilliant. Again, I used it a few times for some sleep powder shenanigans. So I feel like sleep's a bit nerfed with no max, because sleep max was pretty good. But
yeah, I think like Sleep Roserade with like Focus Sash Endeavor, I think it gets that. Could be pretty cool this season. I think that could be really cool. Well, like I said, Sleep's always annoying.
Yeah, and Endeavor didn't work on Max Mon, so yeah, that's actually a really good strat this season. So
yeah. I like the Kingler in C tier. Another Sheer Force. I mean, it gets not many moves are boosted by Sheer Force that it gets, but it does get Stab, Sheer Force, Liquidations. It also gets things like Wide Guard. So cool mod in C tier. I like that pick. Team lacks Fake Out. I know he was talking about getting Hitmonchan, which over Kingler, but he opted for Kingler. There is no Fake Out option in this team. Maybe a Fake Out Mon could be helpful somewhere, but
if he drops Spiritomb, because I mean he has Obstagoon, he has Runerigus.
Yeah, Spiritomb doesn't make too much sense. Maybe drop a Spiritomb for the Hitmonchan could be good. I could see that.
Or maybe I can see you maybe dropping the Runerigus for something like, I don't know, Rabombi maybe. Rabombi I think is still on the board. I like Rabombi. I thought someone was going to pick it up. I nearly picked it up, but I didn't really like it.
Cool.
I didn't really like it.
Rabombi has some cool options, and of course immune to Fake Out.
Yeah.
So really cool. But yeah, for a first draft, I kind of like it. Justin, any thoughts?
No, I mean it's cool. I don't think any of it's like too bad. You know.
Yeah, I think it's a slightly bit all over the place, but I feel like with experience it's going to level out and he's going to get the grips with some of his mons, and he'll probably be proved wrong come week 6 or 7 when he's midway up the table. And we're just sitting here like ducks.
Hey, it's his first season. You know, one of us among us today won the league on their first season.
Among us?
It's just an Among Us.
Yeah.
I was giving you a compliment and you just fucking started talking about
Sorry, I heard Among Us and I was just like, I had no time to think.
I was saying how one of us here, won the league on their first season. So
yeah, who's that?
I don't know. I think it was Wex actually. So
yeah, I've won. I've beaten Kev 6 times in a row. So
yeah. I think so. That's what I remember anyway.
Me too.
But for a first team, definitely good. I think for a first draft.
Yeah.
And then we can swiftly move on. Go for it, Wegs.
I was gonna say someone who could win the league in the first season, someone who won't. No, I'm kidding. Rooster has a really good team this season. Still my Urshifu, still a bit salty. Urshifu is probably going to be one of the top kill leaders, I'd assume. I know it's a bit frail, but some decent support. Like he has Raichu, Butterfree. This thing is going to hit pretty hard this season. Celesteela as well. Beast Boost is always kind of nice. Raichu, Crocodile, very strong top 4. Butterfree, Lurantis. Very nice. Magmora, I don't know what it does really, to be honest with you, other than just...
I think it was just like a coverage typing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Slowking, I've had experience with. Barely used it last season, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a decent enough Trick Room setter.
Yeah, and Lurantis is a monster in Trick Room. I've been watching some videos recently. It gets contrary superpower, but you let it set up, that thing starts clicking buttons in Trick Room. It could be really... It's a really good pick in B tier.
Rooster, I need a trade.
Yeah, it's close to like a Caparaja threat in Trick Room, man. After a superpower or two, or like in the Intimidate threats in this game, Lurantis is a problem with the contrary in Trick Room. So definitely need to put that on everyone's radar. Watch out.
What I need to do is I need to trade with Rooster. I heard clicking buttons and now I'm interested.
Back to his C tiers. Piloswine, I've had plenty of experience using it. It's really good. Haunter might go under the radar. Haunter can hit pretty... I know it's really frail, but Haunter can hit pretty hard with some things. And then Jigglypuff, we saw him use it last season.
Guard.
Guard's always nice.
It'll be helpful for things like the Urshifu for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Just something like, I mean, it's not the dark and fighting Urshifu, so it doesn't have that 4 times weakness. But
Exactly.
they're still not the bulkiest of mons. They get some bulk, especially without Dynamax.
But
So Jigglypuff will help.
overall, I like his team.
Yeah, the Raichu coverage for the Urshifu and Celesteela is really good, and the Fake Out and like Nuzzle stuff support that Raichu gets.
Again,
really big on this team.
On Raichu as well, which annoys me, but that and Togedemaru went one after the other, so that left me just sitting there sad. Overall, Rooster so far definitely one of the top teams in it. Not to make his head even bigger, but yeah, he has a really really good shot this season if he can use it well. Any other thoughts on it, or do you guys want to move on?
I just think it's a threat. Look out for it. Watch out for Lurantis as a sleeper pick, but obviously his core mods are going to be dangerous.
But yeah, I think we can move straight on to as Eli would say, Special Ed's BFF in Gummy.
Yeah, this is Rooster Jr. right here.
Rooster Jr. Definitely some inspiration from Rooster, I think, in team building. Just looking at it, kind of looks like a bit of a Rooster team, especially near the bottom with Fungus, like a Arachnid sort of thing like that. But another Urshifu, so it's going to be good. Regieleki, good talent. Just lacks a lot of coverage, but
what it does, it's so fast, and it's just speed control and electric moves. It's gonna be good on his team.
Yeah, it's gonna be super annoying.
The fast screens for Urshifu will help a lot as well. So
the Nidoqueen covers the fairy weakness really nicely. Latios, I think we were in voice chat one night. I think he said it was just kind of a hard hitter. I don't think he really said much else. I kind of like it, but Fake Out, I'm not really sure what it does for this team. Sneasel, I really like. Alchemy,
for obvious reasons.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Like second or third favorite Pokemon of all time, so yeah, of course I'm gonna like it. Alchemy Decorate is the only thing I can think of it does.
I think it's just a fairy coverage on this team. It could do some decent things.
I mean, Decorate's basically... Isn't Decorate a weakness policy buff, basically?
Yeah, if they get it off, yeah. It'd be pretty good.
Arachnid.
Yeah,
actually, I was in a...
Actually...
What?
What'd you say, Justin?
I said it's pretty broken. Decorate.
Yeah, if you can get them off, they're really... Yeah, if you can get them off, it's really good.
Arachnid... I was in a voice chat one night. I think it was Harrison and Gummy. And Gummy genuinely thought Arachnid was a special mon. So
okay.
Don't know where he gets his information from, but Harrison called him out on that BS in about 2 seconds flat. But Fungus Redirection, Aggron, which I dropped. Don't like it, not gonna lie. And then Bronzor. Bronzor's a bit frail. But Levitate's always nice, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a ground immunity. It's a Trick Room setter. He has like Arachnid, Aggron, Alcremie. It could be decent in Trick Room. Even Nidoqueen isn't the fastest of things. So he does have Trick Room options with Bronzer. Aggron, I think, is just like a Steel type pick. He's got Urshifu with that 4 times fairy weakness. So having Nidoqueen and Aggron to cover that are really good, depending on matchups. Yeah, like you said, Fungus Redirection is good. Arachnid is slow Dracovish. That thing do be clicking water moves for fun. Also get some annoying things like Leech Seed, I think it gets it gets some sort of annoying recovery.
Leech Life, I think, doesn't it?
Something. Life Dew as well, I think. Yeah, couple Fake Out supports. I like the team overall. I wanted Nidoqueen for my team. But
Nidoqueen going before Nidoking was surprising, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Nidoqueen's got a little more bulk, and does about as much with Cheer Force, Life Orb, and it just lives a couple more hits than Nidoking would. I do like that. I do like it over Nidoking. Nidoking is obviously cooler, because it's purple and has a big hole.
Because it's purple. Nidoking got that them titties though. Doesn't eyes light up. What you say? Hey, hold up. My point exactly.
What happened?
Yeah, exactly. He heard the special word and tuned back in.
I've been tuned in.
Tornado Queen?
I mean, it is, bro. I mean,
this is just like when we faced Ryder
no,
and Rooster.
But like,
Not right.
low punny though. Anyway, no, continue.
No, you continue. You go for it.
All right, yeah, Vaporeon though. Like,
No, that's not what I meant by continue.
Are you sure? I can keep going. Clef. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
I was just thinking, it's just like when me and Kev were playing Gummy and Rooster in NDA, and I was sharing my screen, and we tried to see how much Stealth Rock did. And all that came up was how much does Lizzo weigh, and we spent the last like 10 minutes just laughing at it for.
Yeah, did we tell you that, Justin?
Oh, you found out how much Lizzo weighed?
Oh, so we looked up how much. We were gonna look up how much does Stealth Rock do to one of our switch-ins because rocks were up. So Wex types in how much does, and before he could type in stealth, the search bar suggested that we search up how much does Lizzo weigh. So we were dying because we saw that and then we were curious, so we were like laughing and looking up how much he weighs for the next 5 minutes, and took like an 8-minute turn in our singles game because we got distracted.
Damn, that's a big.
It says 86 kg, but honestly, I think it's more.
No, it's saying 140 kg.
When I did the first set, that seems more right. But
yeah.
Anyway, moving on. We should
308 pounds, guys. 308 pounds.
That's wild.
I think we should move on properly to another team and not get sidetracked again.
If she ain't 280, she ain't a lady.
That's facts.
Okay, we're moving on to Harrison. Move on to Harrison.
Oh, let me talk about this team for a little bit. I feel like
you
guys have had the floor for a little bit. I've been
once you like shined like your knowledge with the Cathagogus like switch in, so then the slowest thing would switch out.
My brain was like, oh, you're tired.
Yeah, we had to prove ourselves real quick.
Oh, that was funny.
Go for the Yum Yum Yampers.
So,
which is a terrible team name by the name. Why?
She just likes alliteration for whatever reason. I don't know, but Harrison has his team. Now he actually has a pretty solid trick room option. I mean, Porygon 2 is a very, very nice Eviolite Mon. Scrafty with the fake out. You know, Metagross obviously works. You know how dangerous that thing can be.
Yeah.
Clear body, you can't drop its stats. Your only chance is Will-O-Wisp essentially. So have fun. He has Noivern, which is very good for Tailwind. He has Arctivish. Now, he did pick that up, and I was a little like, I was a little upset about it because I was thinking maybe I grab Arctivish with the Abomasnow pick because he picked it up after I picked up Abomasnow. It felt more like he was trying to snipe me than he was trying to fill out a need. But, like, looking at his team...
Yeah, he's a bit of a snake.
So no, but he helped me out with the draft a little bit, so...
I'll bet. I want to bet.
Hey, wait, why are you talking about snakes? Did everyone not see that the text that Kev leaked?
No, yeah, Kev,
I think we know who the real.
Yeah,
what you mean?
You can't even talk.
You can't talk right now.
I don't know what we're referring to.
The text that you screenshot and.
Yeah. My bad.
And then you did.
Yeah, it had to be done.
So you know, it would be you're like thinking to yourself, wait a second. You know, it would be a really funny idea if I lie, and then you lied.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it had to be done.
It didn't. It really. Anyway, back to Harrison's team. He has Turtonator, which is a very good Trick Room Mon as well. He has Terrain Control with Thwackey. He has Aromatits and Musharna, which seems to be his favorite Mon, for whatever reason. And Marowak with Lightning Rod, so he's probably going to pair that next to maybe... I literally have no idea.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Arctivish.
So, just like looking at this right now as it stands, it looks like a very slow team.
Yeah, I feel like this is like the second coming to your team.
I think his team's a little slower than mine. Because I have a nice balance of really fast and really slow. He has 2 Mons over 100 base speed, and then a Thwackey.
And then everything else is below 70.
Yeah, I wouldn't count Metagross fast. Like, nothing
no,
else
for sure.
Really...
Can function in Trick Room, for sure.
No, yeah, and that's kind of the problem. It seems like he's relying more so on Trick Room. But, I mean, Scrafty doesn't need to be in Trick Room to be useful. I mean, Fake Out, Intimidate, things like that. I mean, it's a B-Tech Incineroar almost. just that it actually hates Moonblast, and Incineroar doesn't. So, yeah, I mean, team's decent. I wouldn't say it's like a standout team, but I mean, you definitely go like even with this team for sure. I think it's alright.
He's got some heavy hitters for sure. I like the Noivern Turtonator. Those are also league champions. Nihilego is dangerous, man. Like the Beast Boost with its special attack and Meteor Beam, giving it a stab Meteor Beam is kind of wild. Like that's a special attack boost, and then if it kills something with that, it gets another special attack boost because of Beast Boost. So Nihilego could start sweeping some teams. Definitely gotta watch out for that. Scrappy's a great fake out mon. Doesn't like fairy moves, but he does have a Nihilego. So to cover that a bit. Porygon's kind of like the Dusclops, where it's weak to fake. It's worse than Dusclops because it can get faked out, and it also is very taunt susceptible. But he does offer more Trick Room options than you do per se, because he's got Musharna and Aromatisse as well that I believe set Trick Room. So
I don't know if Aromatisse does.
I think I'd like 95% sure. I'm not 100% sure.
Right now.
Yeah, go check that for me. I think it does. But he's got 4 ally switch mons. I know he said that. Little asshole wants to run the ally switch all fucking.
Oh, it does get Trick Room. Okay.
Yeah, I thought so. So I think this is gonna be a very toxic team, and I think Harrison can get in people's heads. And if he plays well, I think it'll do all right. I don't think it's maybe. I think I rate it a little higher than you do, Justin, but I can see where you're coming from as well.
No, I mean, you just mentioning ally switch, I got a chill right down my spine. I actually hate that thing with burning passion. The fact that it's gonna be a pretty big problem, I feel like, because it's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to like just spam taunts. Honestly, that's the only way you can like try to mitigate it. But even then, it's like, well, I mean, if they try to ally switch on the taunt, you're kind of fucked. So. Yeah. Fun times. It makes it fun.
It's quite annoying. Just an annoying team, I feel like. He waited really late to take his S tiers. I think that's what he's stuck with. Metagross is still good, but obviously definitely benefits from Max. Porygon will be prep. You can prep for Porygon, I think. And whereas if it's just if you're just playing on ladder, maybe your team doesn't deal with Porygon as well as you can build for it in Draft League. So I think his team is I think it's good. I think it'll be alright, but definitely some spots where you can counter. But we can move on to Quartz real quick for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to Quartz. Straight away I see that he counters my team very well. With Talonflame and Tapu Fini. Talonflame being back as an S tier where it should be. Screw everyone who thinks otherwise, especially in this format. But Serena was his second pick, was it? I'm pretty sure Serena's top 2 or 3 in Pikalytics for this format. It just gets so much that it counters a lot of things this season, Triple Axel especially. Oh yeah, I do like his team. He got his Fire, Water, Grass Corn, Fini Flame, and Serena, and he also got Hydreigon, Scizor.
I just want to say, like, real quick, he picked up Serena first pick, like with his first pick.
Yeah, first pick. I think it was first.
That thing went early.
Its usage just went so up, man. Like stopping at priority moves is so good, and it gets pretty good offense as well. And it's a great synergy with Talonflame because the only thing to really stop Talonflame from clicking Tailwind is a fake out. And now you can't do that. So, gonna be a dangerous combination, those two. I understand why he took it early. So
it has 14.24 percentage, being above Tornadus, Urshifu, Single Strike, Indeedee, Mienshao, Whimsicott, Fini, Entei, being above a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's obvious why he drafted so early. In my opinion, it's in A tier, it's just sitting there. So, I mean, could that be a Copperajah that we regret leaving in A tier? Who knows? Yeah, going down his team then, like Scizor completing his Steel Dragon Fairy Core is pretty nice. Gardevoir Heliolisk I like. Rayquaza I was going to pick up at one stage, decided against it. Gummy is good, but it doesn't get Tailwind off the top of my head, I don't think. I think we I think every time Cottoney's drafted, we check to see if it gets Tailwind. I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
It does not.
Yeah, it doesn't. Makes sense. But Wartortle, I don't really know what it does. Steelix, I don't hate. I don't hate Steelix as a pick. Overall, I like the team. The top 4 especially. Top 5. I like Scizor. 5 really work together well. He has his... It's kind of like me. He has his like 2 cores in 5 mons, which not really fault in any way. It's a nice, well built team. Probably gonna go pretty far, I'd imagine. But yeah, you guys have more thoughts on it?
No, I mean, I
just think it's a good drafted team. Honestly,
Yeah,
I don't think there's
drafted.
anything wrong with that.
I think he's way happier this season than he was last season. Last season,
Oh, absolutely.
last season, the team just didn't suit him, like with the Moltres and everything. And yeah, I know he had a tough matchup.
King of Moltres.
Yeah, speaking of Moltres, I think we can move on.
We can swiftly move into our boy Mal. The Mal fever. It's contagious.
I got it right now. Bricked up.
Got some...
Wait, I know this isn't even related to this at all, but I was watching Shrek 2 the other night, and I didn't realize how funny that movie was. Like, so when Puss in Boots comes out, like the first time with a sword and like shows it, Donkey screams out, "Shrek, watch out, he's got a piece!" And I fucking started dying, dude. I was like, yo, I missed that. What? Because I never understood what a piece meant. And now I know what a piece is, and I was like, oh shit. Anyway, so Moltres is actually a pretty good pick. You got some redirection with Clefable and A tier as well. It's pretty good.
Mal's teams always confuse me a bit.
He always has a Storm Drain on. Let's keep that.
He does always have a Storm Drain on. I guess that'll work for Heatran, but Mal's, I always struggle to see Mal synergies, and then he plays with the team a bit, and I start to understand. But he got some decent pieces here. I like Crobat. Crobat's a great Tailwind setter that we saw last season. It's got Fat Ditto with the redirection.
Love me some Fat Ditto.
I think Moltres and Heatran will really benefit from Tailwind.
Yeah.
I wonder how Moltres will do without Dynamax this season. I think Life Orb Nasty Plot will still be pretty good, especially with next to Clefable. That would be good. And then the X-Plot is going to be a threat. I think everyone's a little sleeping on X-Plot. He got that pretty late. And the Choice Specs Boom Bursts. He doesn't have a ghost. He doesn't have a ghost type. Does he have Soundproof? Anyone? Do we know if any of these models?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. I mean, he's going to have to protect next to it if he wants to do it.
It was the same problem I had with it last season. Like, I drafted in C tier, and it was like... I think I used it once in the 3rd place matches when me and Will made meme teams. And yeah, I lost with it. It did, like, no damage.
Out of Dynamax format, it'll do a lot of damage, I think, if he can use it properly, which would be cool. And he's got the Jinx. Justin, you didn't mention that earlier in your list, right? Why not?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was his like 3rd or 4th choice.
Well, listen, I didn't have time because you guys cut me off. But if you had gave me enough time, Nicki Minaj would have always been there. Like, I can't. I mean, listen, I'm gonna say one thing. Rule 34 is an amazing thing.
Oh no! I'm surprised we didn't hear an alchemy joke earlier as well, but
cream in my pants.
What? Okay.
Yeah. So Jinx has really good lovely kiss sleep.
The lovely kisses will be
they do,
quite unlovely. They're quite unlovely, to be honest.
Depends what side of the kiss you're on.
That's fair. That's a fair odd way to put it. But yeah, I like this team. I'm not gonna give full judgment because I gotta see it in action first. I think.
Yeah, I like it
for sure.
Move on.
Leon, we have the main Mudkips who drafted Stack God, Blizzard Spam God, and Wex's Crutch in A tier as well.
Fact.
Always can follow me and shall, you know. But This seems quite interesting. Two S tiers that are actually used to counter each other in the ladder right now. Stack Attack has really run with safety goggles on ladder right now to counter the redirection that Volcarona gets. But I mean, 3 fast over. I mean, not fast, but over 100 speeds in A tier, and then the Stack Attacker with 13 speed. It's gonna be quite interesting. Definite some Trick Room options on the bench. Trevenant and Slowbro got Drampa and Greedent as well. It'll be interesting. Greedent does have redirection, so the Belly Drum strats are on play. With Greedent. Yeah, I think there's some cool synergies here. I think it's going to be a tough team. Miangel is tough to play against. That's really fast fake out.
I will say I hate Archeops. I think it's a terrible mon, especially when you can't max it and make it have more HP. I think it's just not good, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's just a fast Tailwind setter on this team. I think that's all it really is.
It really just has to be supportive because, I mean, you don't have any sort of neutralizing gas or anybody that can take away, like, give yourself, like, worry seed, like, things like that. You don't have anything that can do that. So the ability problem is a huge problem. If you could draft something that has better synergy with the Archeops, Choice Bandit and make it, max speed, it's a problem for sure, especially in a non-max format. But without that, it's kind of just like a waste of space because an Ice Shard just kind of takes it below half and now you're not doing any damage. So
yeah, so there's a couple priority moves I don't think doesn't take friendly.
I don't see why he has Ninetales really. Like why does he have Hail?
Yeah, I mean screens. The Aurora Veil's pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a decent fairy type. Yeah, the synergy doesn't make that much sense. I'll be curious to see what he does with it. He probably has an idea that we don't see right at the moment. Yeah. But it is the fastest thing on his team. Oh, I know it's not Archeops is. I lied. Never mind. Ignore me.
It's the fastest good one on his team.
Yeah, just it's in A tier because it's good in Hail if you have things around it. It's more of like something that's really good if you have the right pieces around it. Whereas this, I could see it not working out so well. But again, if he sees something that we don't,
you know what? Speaking of things that are good if there's things around it, I think we can move on to Griffin. And my favorite thing on his team being the Hawlucha. I really like the Hawlucha pick.
He has a lot of things that really need this electric terrain.
me and Justin, like we were looking at this earlier. I think anyway, this is probably his best drafted team date.
Yeah.
Coco setting up the terrain for Hawlucha and Raichu. Landorus not getting really affected by the electric terrain. I really like Oranguru Guzzlord. Stepped out as well as an unburdened mon as well. He has Fletchender for Tailwind. Like, so much stuff that I'm really like about this.
His S, A, and C tier all really, with I guess the exception of Witch Cache, all really work well with the electric terrain and the speed. I think Fletchender with Tailwind can set Willows, some Resto, Chesto, right, Wex?
Resto, Chesto, Fletchender, Love and Life.
And then the B tiers are just Trick Room monsters. I mean, Oranguru with Instruct and Trick Room next to Guzzlord, Machamp, and Golisopod could be doing some big damage. So I think I agree. This is one of my favorite teams. The one criticism it is kind of reliant on Tapu Koko setting the terrain, but
this team gets hit by a snowflake. It's dead.
Yeah, I mean, if you have slower terrain control like myself or Ryder does. English is hard. You're in a better spot unless they switch it in. The terrain wars are always a thing. So, no, I agree. Special Landorus is gonna be fun too. It's not Intimidate Landorus. So
yeah,
excited to see what he does with the Sheer Force Life Orb Landorus because I think needed any more damage output to give it Sheer Force Life Orb. That's great. But yeah, not at all. No, it's fine. Everything's fine.
No, watch him run it in week 1 and just completely forget that he's running the other one. It's like, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on.
He runs like fucking Defog.
Defog with this team. No, I really like this team overall. As I said, like my favorite draft team of his, like to date, if it does get hit by a snowflake, it's dead. Landers, Hawlucha, even Guzzlord, Sceptile, Legendary even probably doesn't take it that well. Like it's a bit. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like his team.
All right, let's go into the almost mono fairy type team until he realized what he was doing.
Yeah.
What is this?
My man Germ in the Aya Absol, his first 3 selections were Clefairy, staple in his team. The Mimikyu, which is seeing a lot of use right now as one of the premier Trick Room setters. Despite his 96 speed, the disguise and not being able to hit by Fake Out is really good for setting up Trick Room. Mental Herb Mimikyu is almost a guaranteed Trick Room. And then Grimmsnarl as well. It's very supportive, very interesting 3 fairy type picks right there. But he covered it well, I think, somewhat. He drafted Pangoro. Interesting. But the
he used it for the off-season tournament. So
yeah.
He has familiarity. He knows how to use it.
He got his mascot, the Absol. Cool pick now in B tier. Does some big damage out of Dynamax formats with the crits. But the big things to cover those fairies is he got a Nidoking and a Berserker. Berserker do be clicking them steel moves with Steely Spirit as an ability. It also gets Fake Out. And Nidoking is a big mon this format with Sheer Force Life Orb and a good stab typing offensively. So I mean he covered it pretty well. I'll be interested to see how he does. And I like the Espeon Cinccino as well. I think Cinccino is a cool mon in this format, and Espeon has decent bulk and decent speed. So,
does Steely Spirit boost only the allies' steel moves, or does it boost like everyone's steel, like Darkmora?
I don't know. I feel like it boosts his own as well, but I could be wrong.
I feel like that's a mistake on my part. I should have drafted that.
Like,
if it
drafts...
Yeah, imagine that with Cop.
Oh no, I don't want to imagine that.
Oh my god, no, that's filthy. No, I was just thinking.
I'm gonna have to ask him for a trade and not describe any of my ideas.
Alright, so Rooster, don't let Justin get Lurantis, and Germ, don't let Justin get Berserker. Alright, thank you.
They're not gonna do that anyway, let's be honest.
But yeah, I like Germ's team. Again, Mono Fairy, like Matt was trying to do it, Mono Flying until Kev ruined his whole career.
Yeah, I did snipe him.
Yeah, I like this team. If Steely Spirit works on your foes as well, then surely Clef, Grimmsnarl, and Mimikyu are just gonna die to things.
No. So I don't think it's your foes, but I think it's yourself and your ally. It's not your foes, it's for sure. I can confirm that. I thought you were asking if Berserker gets the Steel type boost, because I think the ability does say allies, but I think it's him as well. But yeah, could be a decent team. Interested to see what he does with it. And we move into the final team, and we have our good friend William.
William Fancyson.
Yeah, couple interesting picks here.
This is one of my favorite teams. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I just like Terrakion Comfey straight up.
Yeah, that looks dangerous. I'm not gonna lie.
And paired out with Milotic, Weavile, like that top 4 is dangerous. I know Steel like kind of obliterates half of it. What does he have? I suppose it's just a Salazzle. He has it held on. He covered his Steel type fairly well there, but I just really like Will's team. I feel like he's gonna use it really well this season. Pincurchin. Does he have any Unburdened mons actually?
No, he does not.
But Dracula gets an Infiltrator for many of the substitutes that we're going to see this season, which is nice.
I think Pincurchin's just a nice way of terrain control. Also a good, decent Trick Room option. Riding Voltage hits like a truck in Trick Room, man. So could be cool.
It gets Lightning Rod as well, doesn't it? It's Lightning Rod Electric.
I don't know. It's a good question.
I think it is. I think it's like main ability is Lightning Rod because I think
I had one. Ability is terrain. Yeah, maybe. Well, he's got fast Fake Out, maybe the fastest Fake Out with Weavile. Terrakion Comfey is going to be dangerous. Of course, Milotic's just a bulky machine. I think he's got some beat-up options into Terrakion as well. Obviously, Weavile, but I don't know how much. I feel like you don't want to click beat-up, dab, physical beat-up with Weavile. I feel like that'll do a little more than you would like. Sigilyph gets Trick Room and Tailwind. Things teams really like. I know, Justin, that could have helped your team a bit, maybe. Redirection with Tangela. Intimidate with Mawile. I think he's got some good pieces. And, another team on.
Got a piece. You gotta see the scene. You gotta see the scene. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna link it. Give me a second.
All right. But yeah, I think I agree with you, X. I'm excited to see this team play. I'm always excited to see Will's teams do the draft some things that maybe you don't normally expect, some things you do expect, and gets it to work pretty well together. So
yeah,
excited to see that. And yeah, I mean that wraps up all our teams. Unless you guys have anything to add, and we can go straight into our week 1 schedule.
Uh-oh.
We probably need to speed this up. It's been an hour already.
Yeah, we're gonna get this moving. I think we know what our game of the week is, right? We can agree, you know.
Yeah.
That second match sitting there on our schedule, I think.
Yeah. Pretty spicy one.
It is. It do be a pretty spicy one. So we can skip that one to the end and go over the next ones. Try and get.
I just looked up the clip.
God damn it, Justin.
Oh my god.
I was gone for about 5 seconds. I missed what he was talking about.
Hold on.
He's talking about the stupid clip again. No, I'm not watching it.
No, go to
You can watch it. We can watch it after.
It's a beautiful thing. Okay. All right, what were you saying? I wasn't paying attention.
So, I said we can agree. Our game of the week is the second match sitting there in the schedule for week 1.
Oh, that's us. Hey, Wax.
I'll just spoil. Yeah, just spoil. You know, that's fine.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
I purposely didn't say the name of it yet, but you know, that's fine.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on.
God damn. This is what you get for looking at stupid ass clips.
It's not stupid. It's funny. You should watch it.
Now it's stupid because you just spoiled it. Anyway, all right. So we can go into Mal versus Rooster. Let's look at these teams again. What are you guys thinking?
Kind of a fact that.
Yo, Justin.
What?
I can hear the clip. Who's watching the clip? Wax. Wax.
1 second.
It's not that funny.
Okay.
He's got a piece.
I apologize on behalf of these two retards.
No,
sorry, I can't say that word. Idiots.
Kev, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it now.
I'm not watching it now. I'm trying to get through this podcast.
Okay. Mal v Rooster.
Mal v Rooster.
Damn, I don't.
On first look, I think Raichu and Urshifu are a really good play this week. We may see Storm Drain Cradilly stop the rapid strikes. But
at the same time, he still gets access to close combat, which is really bad for the Heatran. So.
Yeah, very bad. I think he gets Iron Head, can hit the Clefable. Close combat hits Moltres for neutral. I mean, he's got a couple flying types that do well into the Urshifu, but I mean, Raichu can hit those flying types back.
I mean, looking at it, I think I'm right in saying that Mao has a bit of a flying weakness.
Flying or fighting?
Fighting with Heatran and Cradilly.
That's Cloud, Jinx. Oh, Jinx is neutral.
Jinx neutral.
It's alright.
It's alright.
Just 3. Just 3 of them. It's not that bad.
Saying that, weakness-wise then as well, I suppose, Hurricane from Moltres can do a lot here to Urshifu.
Yeah, probably one shot. I mean, what?
Also, Lurantis, Butterfree. This is gonna be a tight matchup, I think.
think it's gonna be really close. Honestly, I think a sleeper pick in this situation could be Jinx. I mean, you scarf that thing and you just go for Lovely Kiss. You could be in a good spot if you can bring it in on a non-Raichu with like when Raichu doesn't have Fake Out. I think you could be in a pretty good spot. But other than that, I mean, I think Rooster has all the tools to be able to win pretty cleanly here. I don't think Mao has a
I
great
like
matchup
Pilot
in
Swine
this
here.
duel. Yeah, Pilot Swine's pretty good.
Our,
I mean, unfortunately, you can't max it in this league, Mao, so can't win with that one.
Are we doing our predictions once again?
Oh god.
Are we?
I don't have it down already, but I can write it down.
I think we're gonna have to, or
Okay.
gonna have to run it back. We can't let Wex run away with this title.
Oh yeah, I win season, whatever it was, but I can write down the options here now if y'all want.
Yeah.
I think
go from
I'm gonna go 2-1 Rooster. I think it's gonna be close, but I like the Raichu Urshifu a lot.
I'm going to go 2-0 Rooster. I just think it's a really hard matchup for Mao. I don't think he can... Realistically, I don't think he can beat this one.
I was also going to go 2-0. Just writing them down. Yeah, I feel like Urshifu's going to go to work in this matchup. Urshifu and Raichu together, I don't see much.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Crobat can set up a Tailwind without getting faked out.
Yeah.
So Mao's Mons can be faster than the Urshifu. I do like that going for him, but I think Rooster's games always go to 3 sets, so I'm locking in a 2-1 Rooster. I think he'll adjust well.
True enough, but okay.
Yeah, I think he'll adjust and pull it out. But yeah,
that's a fair one.
Going in next we have Gummy versus Ryder. Gummy versus Ryder.
Gummy versus. Let me look at their team. I'm trying to get all their teams up super fast.
We have the Urshifu the Dark Urshifu into Spectre and DD.
That's actually insanely good for him.
Yeah. I
Unfortunately,
think
he doesn't have like. He has Fungus. He has Redirection, so he's in a decent spot. Kind of, not really because of the spread, but.
I think Sylveon's gonna be huge this week for the dark resist. Gonna be really big.
Yeah.
Gummy's has 2 steel types in the C tier, so he'll have some immunities to poison. Nidoqueen can also switch in, get rid of spikes, and I think it's got to be broad for the Sylveon, to be honest. So. I feel like spikes are kind of out of the question. Maybe some T-Wave. Nidoqueen stops T-spikes and electric moves if you switch into them. So, could be... I think Nidoqueen is a definite bring.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, anything that can hit Spectre really hard. Like, I think the play for Gummy's going to have to be Regieleki, Electro Web first turn.
Yeah.
And DD's probably going to follow me, so you got to find a way to make sure something like... Maybe Sash Eleki? I don't know. That way you can guarantee you have 2 turns of setting up like a lowering speed. Maybe that's your best bet. Maybe then you go Explosion on the second turn and just blow it up. Even though that's like awful into a ghost type.
He's got Kangaskhan as a normal type to switch in on ghost moves.
I mean, Spectre isn't as broken as Kyriak Shadow. Like it doesn't get.
It doesn't get the spread move, no.
It doesn't get
no, Shadow Ball. The hex strats are big.
Yeah.
Like what's the plan for Urshifu other than Sylveon?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great question. I mean, he has a Passimian. He has 2 fighting types in Passimian and Gallade. That's still super effective.
True.
Salamence gets flying moves and is faster, so could be cool.
I mean,
if Urshifu's Sash, Salamence gets Doubling Beat, so that could be interesting.
Intimidate as well.
Yeah, for sure. Salamence is a good bring, I think. I feel like both teams have like good counters, so it's this is gonna come down to who plays better. So in that case, I'll say 2-1 Ryder.
I'm also gonna go 2-1, but I'm just struggling to think who, because I know it's gonna be a close one. You can go first. What I think.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Gummy.
Wow.
I think he has a decent matchup here. I think he'll be okay. He'll figure something out.
Okay. I am going to go 2-1 Gummy just because with Urshifu, I think Gummy has more for Ryder than Ryder has. Or Gummy has more for Spectre and DD, whatever, than Ryder has for Urshifu. Like, I think he just edges it. I think Urshifu just pushes him over the edge. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Gummy. That one.
All right.
Yeah, I think we can move on to Will and Quartz. Potential game of the week actually could have been.
Yeah, another potential game of the week. We're biased because you guys are both here, but
I mean, what they gotta do? Fight?
we got the battle of the brothers, not actual brothers, but Quartz versus Will.
Quartz.
I like Quartz's team here. I can't
I do
lie.
like Quartz's team. Saying that though, Talonflame just dies to a track on Rockside, but
Yeah, Talonflame gets fast. Willows, Serena. I guess Serena doesn't stop Comfey because it doesn't stop priority for your own teammates. But Fake Out is Salazzle is a big pick for Will. I think that's gonna have to come a lot for certain coverage. I like Scizor a lot here. I think Scizor is really good. Like Salazzle really needs to come for the Scizor, and if Quartz can get rid of the Salazzle with like an Earth Power from Hydreigon or something, or Steelix coming, it'll be. I mean, Steelix is weak to fire as well, so Drapion gets Earthquake, Hydreigon gets Earth Power. I don't know if Scizor gets.
Aquajet.
All right, well,
I'm gonna make my prediction early just so I don't get accused of like copying anyone. I'm gonna go 2-1 Will. I think Salazzle's gonna bring it out of bag here. Even though Finny Loki does a lot of work against his team, thinking about it.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Quartz.
Yeah.
I have gone badly in my predictions by doubting Will, but I really do think that Quartz has a good team this season and is going to be comfortable with it, and I think he's going to win 2-1.
I think, and no one asked me what I think, but I think that it's going to be a tie.
A tie.
Okay, locking that in.
No. I think it's going to be a Will 2-0.
Wow.
Oh.
I mean, I really have no reason to believe that. But, I mean, what stops a beat-up into Terrakion? Anything?
What does stop a beat-up into Terrakion?
And then if you scarf that thing...
Well,
you can't really scarf it.
Quartz doesn't have redirection, does he?
No, it doesn't. So what stops it? I mean, nothing.
Finny.
I mean...
What's Terrakion doing to Finny?
I mean, he has ×4. He has +4 attack. I don't think you need.
That's if you get the beat up, my guy.
What do you mean if? I mean, what stops it?
Specs, Tapu Fini.
Wait, what's going to beat up Terrakion? Weavile?
Yeah.
Oh, what about Talonflame? Flare Blitz into Weavile.
You can set up Tailwind. You set up a Tailwind, and you Specs Tapu Fini with the muddy water. Things are dying, dude. Things are dying. Specs Fini has been really prevalent lately, so I don't know. I think Quartz edges it purely on matchup, but they'll be in each other's head. It'll be a good matchup.
It's gonna be a very close one. I think we move on to Harrison and Kev.
Oh
Kev,
God!
I'll let you talk about it for a little bit.
See, like, I think I have an idea of what I want to do, but Harrison's just going to be annoying. Like, I can already tell.
He's going to run like all
Ally Switch, Substitute, Trick Room. Like, he's going to bring the Sharna because he stole it from me, like the asshole he is. Nihiligo, I told him to trade me it as a joke, but, I think he'll just bring stuff like that, and he'll bring ally switch, and I don't know. I feel like I'll be ready. I think I have a good team, a good matchup.
And what's stopping Musharna on your team?
Okay.
Yeah, what are you
Trio.
doing to stop me,
got-
bro?
Kofa?
I got options.
Go
Don't
for
you
these
worry.
nuts.
Kofa's pretty nice in that scenario. Intimidate's pretty nice. But you don't have any inner focus mons. Thought you did for some reason. You have clear body. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay. No. I've already written down your answer.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption. I back myself.
I also going to back you 2-0.
Oh,
I'll do the
Fake love
same.
boy for Rico.
wow!
Okay.
You guys are backing me that hard. That's a lot of
Yeah.
pressure.
I think you got.
That means you have to back us both in this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not physically possible. So
Well, then you're just a bad friend to one of us.
Wow,
so-
you're a really bad friend. Make sure you pick wisely. I definitely won't hold it against you for the rest of your life.
Neither will I.
Yeah.
anyway, next we have what? Did you say quick question?
No, I said no pressure. Next,
I
we
thought you
have
said quick question.
Ryola versus Ryan. This should be interesting since it's Ryan's first draft league match. Looking at their teams right now, I think Ryola has a decent strategy against this.
Yeah, I mean Volcarona kind of walls what the Cinderace wants to do a bit. Dragapult doesn't want to see that Blizzard spam. Trick Room will be interesting. I mean, Stack is always the slowest, but Ryan does have some decent Trick Room options. I don't know. This one, I think it's gonna be hard to call. I'm excited to see what Ryan brings in his first match. Being it is his first match, I think I'm gonna have to go 2-0 Riolu. Just based on.
I'm gonna do the same.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I hate to. I hate to do it to him, but I feel it's going to give him a nice welcome to the NDA and VGC, and yeah, I think I feel like Ryan's will just Ryola's going to run some gimmick, some strategy, and it will just catch him off guard a bit, So we shall see. I'm
I think
excited.
it's experience against inexperience. You have to remember, Ryola was I know it's a long time ago, completely different format, but Ryola was first seed in season 1. I know he's had a few rough seasons here and there, but
And Ryola's played in past VGC formats where he's used to not Dynamax.
he's used to no maxing. I think he just has the upper hand there. Yeah, that's 2-0. It isn't a safe bet, but I would expect him to win here.
Yeah,
I think we can move on to Griffin Germ. As I said before, I really like Griff's team. Germ has Germ's team. Wait, what? Oh, Germ's just a mono fairy team.
Griffin has no steel or poison types though for these.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
It's got no steel or poison types for these fairies.
Other than Coco.
Oh yeah. Well, I meant steel and poison for the fairies. Yeah.
For the fairy, I thought you said he has no fairies.
I don't even know if he gets coverage. Does Lando get Steel Wing, Iron Tail, or I don't even know. But it's a special attacker, so it gets Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb Lando, actually. So it could be an option. I'm not quite sure what else. So I feel
what is Griff going to do against Frentguard Nidoking?
Yeah.
Not a lot, other than Hawlucha maybe. Hawlucha's it's neutral, or resistant. Never mind.
Yeah, this is tough, man. The electric team in the Nidoking isn't great. I mean, Landorus is the only thing, man. Earth Power, Sludge Bomb. Landorus is gonna have to carry a Griffin.
And
really
Lando Whiscash.
Yeah, Whiscash isn't bad.
Actually, what does
Germ does not have.
What does he have to beat Whiscash?
His best grass attacks are Power Whip, Grim Snarl, and Bullet Seed, Cinccino.
Bullet Seed, yeah. Bullet Seed.
Cinccino gets Bullet Seed, so.
Nation as well, and Skill Link.
Does this Espeon get Energy Ball?
I don't know. It might.
Originally, I actually had 2-1 Griff, but I'm gonna change it to 2-1 Germ. Looking at it more. Yeah.
I'll go 2-1.
This one's the hardest to call. I'll say. Yeah, for sure. This one. Definitely not any other ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Griffin. I just like his team overall a little more. I think.
I like his team overall, but
I think he'll figure it out. I think Lando's gonna do it. I think Lando's gonna do a butt ton of damage.
What's he got? Like Nido was gonna suffer against that Raichu, Electric Drain. It's gonna be fast as fuck.
Yeah, Psychic type. It is Psychic type, so.
I hit hard. I actually think I'm actually on the fence about this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Griffin. I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick 2-1 Germ.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Griffin.
Okay, and then we can move on to.
Alright, so we're done, right? We are finished.
Yeah, I think we're good. Nothing else we have to cover, right?
I don't think so.
Nothing important.
It's important.
We have
run out of time.
To conclude our fixtures for week 1, we have a podcast showdown between the two idiots that laugh at Shrek clips during podcasts.
They're funny though.
The two clickers of buttons with Whimsicott.
That's me.
I drafted Whimsicott this season, so had to be done.
I drafted it twice.
And I had the end show when you left on that season. That was loving life.
Anyway, so I'm gonna go 2-0 Wex. No, let's actually look at it. I guess this is all on me because you two don't want to reveal anything.
But Justin, what's your prediction?
I'm gonna max the Dene and then forfeit. That's my prediction.
I'll play Max Morgan first.
Justin will start.
But I'm faster.
Justin's gonna start playing and then turn on a Shrek clip and you'll just win because he's not paying attention.
Yeah, that might happen. I can't guarantee.
I'm gonna just say 2-1 me. I have some confidence.
Okay.
You, Justin?
I'm gonna say 2-0 me.
Okay. All right, let's look at these matchups. Wex does have a horse. The horse could counter the Caparaja a bit. Entei as well. I like special Entei a bit this week for the Tangrowth and Caparaja. Even the hail stuff. Yeah, Entei looks really good this week. I don't know if Justin does have Fake Out, so Entei doesn't get hit by Fake Out. That's pretty cool. He does. Inteleon doesn't get Fake Out.
Oh, but he has Inteleon for Entei.
He does. He do be having an Inteleon for Entei.
A crit Hydro Pump is not gonna. Oh, crit Hydro Pump's gonna break my heart. I mean, yeah. I've had enough BS against Justin in the past. So
I don't know if Justin's ice types get freeze dry or not. That could be interesting.
That could be.
Incineroar could look decent offensive a bit this week as well. The Dark and Fire does pretty well here, other than Dracovish. Incineroar, you're gonna need some Fishious Wren switch in. So we got a Tangrowth and an Inteleon to eat some Fishious Wrens.
Zolt does get freeze dry.
Zolt does get freeze dry?
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, it is a physical attacker, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if you're running it with what's it? I suppose it's only 90 or 80 special attack, is it? Not very high.
Choice specs, Slush Rush, freeze dry. Oh,
not bad.
But yeah, I think if I had to call this one, if I'm being honest, completely honest, I think I'm gonna go 2-1 for I think for Wex.
All right,
his
guys, it's been the podcast. Thank you guys for listening.
I like the matchup a little bit better.
I'm gonna go kill myself, as one does when told that.
No. Listen, it's nothing personal. You know, I like some of the answers.
Imagine knowing
Wex
someone
has.
for like 20+ years and still betting against him. Wow.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, imagine. Betrayal. It's not like I'm not used to it by him, though. Let's be honest here.
Speaking of betrayal, we were talking about that song.
yeah, that's a good song. Yeah, no, Wex has a little more things he can do, and I think he's gonna click better buttons with Whimsicott than you. So
No, I don't think
Go
so.
click more.
I
Yeah,
don't think so. I don't think it's possible.
they use Whimsicott.
I think Whimsicott's gonna be fun this week, for
click
sure.
buttons against the button clicker to win.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
ironic.
think so. I don't think so.
So
They use the button.
it's gonna be close. I gave you one.
Yeah.
I
I gave him one too.
Yeah, I think it could go either way. I'm not saying you can't win, but if I had to call it based on matchups and whatnot, I said 2-1, 2-1.
I mean, we don't have a special guest on, so they can't give predictions for everything. We could message Eli, but at this stage, I think Eli just.
We can just run us three.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can run us three.
Who cares about
probably-
anyone else?
Okay, yeah, just mess around with the doc more.
You messing around with the dog
So
again? I literally fixed it in the middle of this record. What
So
are you doing?
Bro, I fidget, alright?
I just saw him
Well,
going
then
like.
how about you fidget on something else?
Whoa,
right.
whoa, pause.
Alright.
No, that's not okay, guys. The podcast is over. No former outro. We'll see you guys next week. All right, but this has been the NDA podcast. If you guys are done,
I think we're good, yeah.
I think we are.
Excited to get into week 1.
yeah, absolutely. All right, so that is the recap of the draft, the explanation of the Series 10 rules that we are going to be using without the restricteds. Those are the teams. Those are the matchups. That was the game of the week. I'm Justin, Kevin, and Wex. We'll see you guys next week when we go over the games that happened this week, as well as the preview of the next match and the next game of the week. So we'll see you then. Peace out.
Peace, guys.
See you guys around.